Hello, little ferals, and welcome back to the latest episode of the Laura and Becky Show. As it's a Friday, it's a special one just for you guys, you lucky things. Now, you guys will know the story because you're hardcore day oneers. You've been with us since the beginning. We used to be on the radio. Obviously, we got the sack. We flew off to Mallorca. We got drunk, and we thought we're going to start a podcast.
And we're wearing exactly the same outfit today. I'm not even kidding. We've got the same clothes on.
And it was not planned. We did not discuss this. So we came in a little bit later today. And obviously, it's a bit of a dreary day, isn't it? A bit wet. We've both got kind of like very casual gym wear on, but literally
the same. We've got to go out like this. Oh my God.
Hang on. No, do you know what? In my car, I've got a body warmer. I could take this off.
Okay.
Because let's just describe it. It's from H&M.
Yeah, it's like
it?
a teddy fleece. But it's
zebra
nice.
printy. It's like black
only
and white.
£18, wasn't it?
That's what I thought. I literally thought I'm going to wear that all the time through the winter. So we're both wearing exactly the same thing from H&M. Black leggings, sort of sports white socks and trainers. So no, I will go and get changed.
Okay.
We can't go out matching.
No. We're sponsored by Prince Family Law Solicitors, Red Brick Estate Agents and East Midlands Airport. If you've not seen the reel on our Instagram yet of Joanne, you need to go and watch it. And if you're not on Instagram, you need to create an account just to go and watch it.
It's so good. Mate, how is the cystitis?
Right, okay, cystitis wise, did my antibiotics and it went away quite quickly. However, I did do a wee about an hour ago and I've got a little bit of a sting. I don't know if this is common. Maybe it comes back a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes. Well, there's a few things here, right? Being the cystitis queen expert that I am, I can tell you what's going on here. So sometimes it just takes a little while to settle down because I've had it before many times, where you think it's gone and you think, hang on a minute, even after you've finished the antibiotics. But sometimes I think you're a bit more susceptible to like knowing what's going on, a bit more aware. So I'd let it settle down for a bit.
Okay.
Or it can actually be that it hasn't gone away and you need to take anotother course of antibiotics because that can happen too. So if that's the case, we'll go back and see Taj next week.
That'll be Monday morning.
Monday school run.
Yeah, I'll be like, Becky. Will he give me another course, do you think?
Taj is good like that, yeah.
It's brought me out in a slight rash though, darling, on my arm.
That's the cystitis or the antibiotics?
The antibiotics, but that's common for me.
I would mention that to Taj, just for full transparency.
Might give me a different antibiotic.
Yeah, he's good, he knows his stuff.
My mum was like, you should go to the doctors.
Taj is a doctor.
I know.
Yeah. Tell Linda. He's a doctor and a very good one.
But out, Linda. Is yours completely cleared up?
Yes, it is. Although I have to say, and this might be a little bit too much information, similar to you, sometimes if I have a full bladder and really need the loo, I think,
yeah.
But then it's fine.
What did I say the other day? We're not the Scissor Sisters, we're the Cystitis Sisters. Should we release a Christmas song?
What, about cystitis?
Yeah. Well, it sounds like Christmas, doesn't it? Cystitis.
Mate, that honestly made me howl when you said that. By the way, we've got on our TikTok, we've got a little sort of like vlog of about us having cystitis together and a bit of behind the scenes of when we went to the pharmacy and saw Taj. Guys, go and watch it. It's so funny. Also, that's been doing quite well on TikTok.
It's our most watched TikTok.
That's ridiculous. Us together. I literally love it.
Just really quickly, this morning I was talking to my husband and I don't know why, but I started singing that song, I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. That one.
Yeah.
And it goes, physically, what does they say?
I don't know, I can't remember the words, but I know what you mean.
Physically fitter. So I always sing physically fitter, right, to that song.
I don't know what I was saying.
What are you saying? I'm like, physically fitter, physically fitter.
Hang on. Can I stop you there? What was this song doing on in the first place?
It wasn't on. I don't know. You know, you have like an inner jukebox in your mind. And he went, it's physically fit. I was like, what? And he went, yeah. I was like, no, it's not. And he went, sing it again. I was like, physically fitter, physical. I was like, oh my God. I did not know that was physically fit.
There are so many songs like that though. There are so many things.
The wrong lyrics.
Mate, I sing the wrong lyrics constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do people learn lyrics? My daughter can do that Beyonce rap, right?
When we were at your house, she literally reeled it off like she was Beyonce.
So do you know what I'm going to do? Because the other day we were driving back from Meadowhall and she put on a song from The Greatest Showman, right? And the song was on and I was like, my mind went completely blank. And I was like, what's this song from? What film? And she just literally went, what? I was like, I can't remember the name of the film. You know when it hurts your brain because you're like, please let me remember.
This is the perimenopause, isn't it?
Right. So I've set myself a challenge. I'm going to learn that Beyonce rap.
do it. Well, you've got a good teacher there with Grace, haven't you?
I think it's good for your brain to exercise it. I don't exercise my brain a lot.
You want to start doing word searches, mate. Yeah. Word searches and crosswords.
Well, I might just learn the Beyonce lyric. I'm going to do it. I am going to, by the end of well, hang on, what day? Yeah, by the end of October. We're on the 13th today. Friday the 13th. I know. I'm going to learn. By the end of October, I'm going to do that whole rap on this pod.
I was going to say, you need to come on here and do it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, fine.
Right, now, because I've been poorly, obviously my husband has to get poorly, doesn't he? What is it with men?
Oh, God.
Do you know what James
flu.
Do you know what James said to me this morning?
Go on.
You know men get menopause, don't you?
What? He said what?
Mate, I literally just looked at it.
Do they? No. What's he on about then?
Just being an idiot, isn't he?
Oh.
And I just looked at him, I was like, don't, it's not even funny, don't even do it. And I was like, do you know what really annoys me? When they say men get labour pains. Like sympathy pains when you're in labour.
Do you think he's so sick of all your ailments? He thinks, hang on a minute, I need something. I've got something wrong with me. Do you think he's just trying to get a bit of attention?
I mean, I do have slight ailments, I won't lie, but he's always ill. He's ill now, isn't he? I woke up yesterday, my sympathy coming out again. I could hear him. I was like, here we go. Here we bloody go. I can't just have cystitis, can I?
Yeah, I'm bloody ill, James. You can't be ill.
Oh, my throat, and he started talking like that. And I was like, you're putting that voice on. Just cough and talk normally. He's like, no, but it really hurts.
Do you know what, though, mate?
Some throat sweets out of
there is a lot. Do you know, I hate it when people say this. It's such an old lady thing to say. There's a lot going around at the moment. Everyone's got it. People are coming down with this left, right and centre. It might be COVID. It might be some sort of infection. I had it last week. I was man down.
Poorly.
You were in Molten. I was like, oh, mate, I'm dying here. I'm on my deathbed. So, yeah, there is a lot going around.
Oh, well, he's got it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But he went to bed early, got home from work, and he does work long hours, bless him. And he got home, and I went, you need to have some pasta and go straight to bed. And I went, when you go to bed, go to sleep.
Yeah.
Don't just sit there on your phone.
It says you. Says you. Mate, I've got a question for you, though. Who's going to cook for you if James is ill?
Well, yesterday, do you want to know what I had for my tea?
Yes.
I had pasta with tomato sauce, cheese and hot dogs mixed in.
Oh, God. This is worse than I thought.
It wasn't like tomato sauce. I know, hang on. It wasn't tomato sauce in like ketchup. Like I did go and buy a jar.
Hun, I don't think we're bothered about that. I think it's the hot dogs in, okay? We can deal with the tomato sauce. It's the chopped up hot dogs.
I love a dirty hot dog. I don't care what's in it. They are delicious. I love an IKEA hot dog.
James, you need to get better ASAP because this girl needs to eat some proper food, okay?
I got the jar. It's the tomato and mascarpone Heinz jar.
Heinz? What, pasta sauce?
Mate, it was...
I've never seen this.
I cooked the fusilli to perfection, I might add. It wasn't overcooked or undercooked. A little bit of extra mature cheddar. I was like, I'm sorry, you can F off with your oysters and caviar.
Do you know what? That sounds like have you seen it on TikTok? Girl dinner. That's literally what that is, where you just put some random stuff together. And it's when you're eating on your own, when you're not really cooking for anyone else, you're like, oh, just put a bit of that, a bit of this. And you're like, that was delightful.
Rosie and I ate that all up. Plus, a bit of garlic bread on the side.
I tell you
Telling
what,
me you don't want to come round for tea.
You are pushing the boat out, aren't you, eh? Do you know what? You've just reminded me, actually. One of my friends, Charlotte, this is, she...
Oh, God.
So she used to come to mine. This is when I lived in London, actually. We sort of like lived near each other. She used to come to mine for dinner and I used to go to hers and I used to cook. Well, actually, no, it wasn't the most amazing stuff. But I used to make a bit of an effort and like think about what I was cooking. Anyway, I went to hers. She cooked me, what was it? It was pasta with beans and cheese mixed in. That was it.
I'll be there.
And that was the dinner she served up. And we laugh about it today. She's like, do you remember that time you came for dinner and I served you pasta with cheese and beans mixed in? And actually, to be fair, it was quite tasty. It's very simple, but it's quite tasty.
Mate, don't start me on beans and cheese. A jacket potato with beans and cheese and a little side salad.
Yeah. The Greg's cheese and bean slice.
I've never had one.
Oh my God, mate, that's got little chopped up sausages in.
Has it?
Yeah. Little chopped up hot dog sausages in there with cheese and beans covered in pastry.
Shall we go and get one for lunch?
Shall we? I'm starving, actually.
Shall we?
Let's go and treat ourselves.
We were going to go to like a posh coffee shop, but
nah. Let's go Greg's.
Can we? Are you serious?
Yeah, there is that Greg's. You know what I mean. I always drive past it and forget it's there.
Should we go there?
Let's go there. They've got tables in there. Let's go.
Are you serious?
Serious.
Are we actually? Because I feel like when we finish, we're like, oh, should we go to Starbucks?
No, let's go to Greg's. Oh. It's cheap as chips in Greg's. Well, there is a cost of living crisis, and we get good food for good value.
Okay, right. We're going to go and work in Greg's.
Can't wait.
Great.
We're not going to work in Greg's. We're going to do our work in Greg's. But we're not going to work behind the counter in Greg's. Nothing wrong with that. But just in case people
we're not going to do that. Sorry, no. Do some work. Just really quickly, whilst we're talking about cooking, my daughter is doing cooking GCSE. What's it called? Home ec.
Yeah, home economics. We used to call it when I was at school.
Well, what they cook.
You don't eat it, do you?
What she brought back the other week. I mean, even I wouldn't be in it.
Yeah, no. I think that's the number one rule. You never cook what your kids make. You can pretend and say you're going to eat it, never actually touch it.
This is GCSE standard, so you'd have thought it'd be all right.
Nah, mate.
So yesterday I got up at, by the way, I need to cover this. I got up at 5 a.m. yesterday.
I was going to ask you why you did that.
I woke up at 4:45 and I thought, I've woken up. I'm going to get up. Don't ever do it. People that do that are arseholes.
Were you exhausted?
By 8:30 a.m.
You were ready to get back to bed.
Oh my God. How do people do that?
Well, people do this thing, don't they? They do the 5 till 9. So it's like you get stuff done before you go and do your 9 to 5. I agree. You feel jet lagged all
It was awful.
day. And all you think about is bed. You constantly, your thoughts are swarmed with bed thoughts all day.
All I did, I got up and all I could think was, it's dark. And then I thought, get me. So I was a bit like, up myself, like did some washing. And I thought, oh, this is great. It got to like 7:45 and I thought, I've been up for nearly 2 hours. What the hell's going on? And then by 3, done in the afternoon.
Yeah, no.
And then this morning I've woken up, I'm knackered.
And like you said, I think you said this on your TikTok as well, you were like, the day's too long.
It's too long.
Too many hours in the day.
It's just ridiculous. Anyway, whilst I was up at 5:30 in the morning, Rosie was going to make a Victoria sponge. The easiest thing to make. It's just easy.
Is it easy?
A Victoria?
I've never made one. I'm not really a baker. I'm more of a savoury cooker.
It's the easiest thing. I mean, it's literally so easy. But I thought, I'm going to weigh out all her ingredients. I'm going to get it ready so she doesn't have to stress in the morning when she wakes up. Anyway, so she has to take 150 grams of flour, 150 grams of icing sugar, 150 grams of sugar and eggs, right? So I thought, what can I put this? And I thought, poo bags, dog poo bags.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I bloody did. It's a genius idea. So I weighed out her flour. Pop that in a purple dog. I even colour coded the dog. So purple dog poo bag was the flour, green dog poo bag was the sugar, and then I had a yellow dog poo bag for the icing sugar. Now the icing sugar is for the butter icing.
Oh my God! Did you take these to school?
I thought it was genius. So they were all like in their little. I mean, it looked like.
Poos. Mate, I could not use ingredients out of a poop bag. I would just feel like there'd been poo on them. Well, I'd feel like there were segments of poo that got into it.
And then dog poo bags. I went, yep, it's a genius idea. So anyway, the dog poo bags I put in the little tub with the eggs and the butter and the jam, okay? Off she went. I made such an effort, right? I was like, I never make that much effort, but I've been up since 5 a.m, so what else is there to do? She comes home. I'm like, how'd you get on with your Vic sponge? Because I was thinking she's going to cook it and we're going to have a cake. And she went, well, and I looked and I went, I know, before you even open your mouth, I know what you've done.
What's she done?
She thought the icing sugar was the flour.
Ah.
And I literally, I lost it. You've seen me lose it before.
I've seen you lose it.
I mean, I was tired.
Was there no cake?
I was tired. I've been up since 5 a.m. She comes in at 3:30. No cake.
Oh,
and
my
she'd
God.
used the wrong ingredients. I was like, anyone can tell the difference between icing sugar and flour.
I mean, to be fair, that you can just look at them and know. Oh, mate. Oh, dear.
Then I was like, we're going to have to make a cake now and take it into school tomorrow because I have to decorate it.
Yeah.
So she made a Vic sponge. I mean, it was okay. And then she woke up this morning and she went, oh, by the way, we need to decorate it today. I was like, okay. And she went, no, we need to get decorations. And I was like,
too much.
So we had to literally drive to Tesco this morning and go and buy decorations for the Vic sponge.
Oh, mate, this is too much.
I've had enough.
Did anyone mention the poop bags to her in her class? That's
Probably.
what I want to know. Was the teacher like, are you cooking with poop bags?
I actually think that's a genius idea.
Oh, I just couldn't eat out of a poop bag. I just couldn't.
I don't know what she did. Maybe she just lied to me.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. She was like, I'm not cooking with poop bags.
Maybe she did.
Just quickly as well, you and Rosie were having an argument the other night. So we went to the Barbie experience at Meadowhall, which we need to mention as well, actually. We'll talk about this more on another pod, maybe. But we all went for some food afterwards in the food court at Meadowhall. And I was late coming over. I walked into World War III happening there. God. Laura was sat with Grace, Rosie and Lily. We had all three children together.
We need to talk about this on another pod. Well, no, let's do it now, quickly. Let's do it now, because not only that, right, you went and we all got Chinese, right, apart from Rosie. So I was in McDonald's, you were with Grace and Lily, you and Grace got your food and my food. Then you came over to McDonald's to get Lily's food. I went and sat down. I was starving, right? So I started eating. Lily looked at me and she went, don't you wait for other people before you start eating?
She didn't. I love that she called you out on that.
I literally had a fork full of noodles. I paused, I looked at her and I went, no. And just started eating my noodles. And she went, okay.
Were they all waiting for me? Was it only you eating?
No, it's just Lily sat there. Me, Grace and Rosie were eating her. And it was so funny. Yeah, go on.
So you guys were sat there. I walked over and I'd only been gone about 5 minutes in McDonald's waiting for Lily's food. Came over. World War III was happening. You and Rosie giving each other absolute daggers. I can't even remember what it was about now.
I'll tell you why. And it was actually a voice note to you that she overheard. I had taken her to the orthodontist, and because I've been a nice mum this week. I mean, pretty cool mum, I would say that. But I took her to the orthodontist at 8:10 in the morning. Who books an orthodontist appointment? My husband was like, booked it for 8:10. I was like, oh, you're going to take her, are you? Yeah. No, Eastwan's off to work. Anyway, we're done by 8:15. She's in and out. I looked at her and I went, do you fancy a Costa hot chocolate before you go to school? She was like, yes, please. Cheeky. Yeah, so we went in, blah, blah, blah. Oh, by the way, remind me to tell you about Costa Christmas cups. Anyway.
I'm putting it in the WhatsApp group.
So you had voice noted me. So I voice noted you back in the car. I think it was me or you. One of us basically said, can we do it as quick as POSS? We're going to do it as quick as POSS. Something about doing it ASAP, whatever.
Probably the pod.
Probably.
Let's get it done quick as POSS.
So I ended the voice note, ended listening to it, and she was just staring at me with that face on her. And I went, what have I done now? And she went, oh my God. And I was like, what? And she went, did you just say POSS?
Yes.
And I went,
that was it.
What? And she went, oh my God, Mum, like you can never say that again. I was like, oh, because I've been saying it for 46 years.
Well, they all started sniggering. So I sat down at this point and you were like, do you say POSS? We'll do it in a POSS. No, hang on, what?
Do it quick as POSS.
Quick as POSS.
Quick as POSS.
I was like, yeah, all the time. And literally, Lily, Grace and Rosie all just started sniggering. I thought I'd missed a trick. I was like, hang on a minute. What are they laughing at here? I was like, I don't understand. I was so confused. But apparently nobody says POSS.
No. They can say POSS.
What?
We can't say POSS.
I thought they said they didn't say it.
No, they can say POSS. She was like, no, you can't say POSS. Like
But we've been saying it since before they were born.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, I was confused. I thought they just meant nobody says POSS.
No. Because we're older, we can't just like... People are just going to laugh at you. I was like...
Well, there was another thing she said. She was like... someone even said LOL the other day. And I was like... Oh, God, I put that all the time. I was like, what's the matter with LOL? There's like, nobody says that anymore. I was like,
even emojis you don't use anymore. Like, if you use the laughing, the side one, they're like, oh,
mate, God. That's why I use that every day. Every day.
Also, do you know the other thing that annoys me is that we're like, if something's funny, we will use the funny emoji. I hate the skull and cross, like, oh, I'm dead. Because
is that why people mean it?
That's it.
Someone put it to me yesterday. Yes. I didn't know why I'd been sent a skull and crossback. I thought, is this because it's Halloween?
Like, oh, they're dead. So yeah, our friends Kieran and John do it all the time. They're like,
I thought it just meant like it's near Halloween. No. Oh, it's this new age is so confusing.
Like, I am going to say it as quick as POSS all the time.
Well, you're not going to change our language and the way we say things. Just we've got a few 14-year-olds sniggering at us.
They've been talking less than us. Do you know what I mean? Should have been alive for 14 years, and 2 of those years they don't even talk, do they? These kids.
POSS. Okay, we're going to talk about what's going on, and this is obviously, what a lot of people are talking about at the moment, but Oh, God, we don't know where to start. Obviously, this is the war that's happening at the moment in Israel. We're really confused about it for so many different reasons. And I feel like a lot of people are the same. I feel like people sort of almost pretend that you have to know what's going on. But really, it's a very confusing situation. And even people who understand what's going on over there at the moment say it's confusing. So I think we're okay to be confused by it.
Well, we've just been trying to learn more about all of it. And even then, I mean, we watched this guy try and explain what's going on. Within 10 seconds, I was like, mate, he's lost me already. So I think it is quite a confusing, conflicting situation.
It definitely is. And like, we get the basics of it. We completely understand sort of like the basics, but there's a lot more to it. There's kind of like, there's different things going on, isn't there? And then there's people over here supporting different things. And I think that's the really confusing bit for me is the different sectors and things. And
I honestly,
even talking now, I feel like I'm saying the wrong thing. I feel like I'm going to offend somebody or say the wrong thing. But I mean, it goes without saying, it's absolutely horrific what is going on at the moment.
I said to you, didn't I? I was like, the problem is you why would you want to watch it on the news? Because it's horrific. But then you think it's very ignorant if you don't watch it and you just think, well, it's not affecting me, which it isn't affecting us directly. So there's that thing of like knowing about it, learning about it, but then being absolutely distraught when you're watching these poor people and what's going on there. It is.
I think this is the thing of a battle in your head, don't you, basically, of like you say, need to know what's going on in the world, need to educate myself, don't want to be ignorant. So you watch it, but then actually it weighs on you all day and you can feel it, can't you? And it does really affect you and you can get really upset by it. So it's a real tricky one.
And then obviously you've still got the Russia and Ukraine thing going on. It does make you think it's quite, I don't know. I mean, there's always wars. There's always conflict, isn't there? There is, but I don't know why. I think because of social media and the way things are reported, it feels very close to home, doesn't it?
It does.
You get to watch it as if you're there. Whereas, I mean, I know, like, obviously, there's TV and filming's been around for ages, but the social media aspect of it means you see it as it's happening. You're watching it.
You feel like you're in it with them. And I think this one is kind of, I mean, I don't want to say different because I don't know enough to kind of say that, but I think it's the inhumane things that are happening that has completely shocked the world. So we just wanted to acknowledge it, really. And really, we don't know enough to kind of comment on it more, but we just wanted to acknowledge it today, didn't we?
Yes. Okay, so our mate today is all about wine.
Oh, God. Well, can I just say, I've been off the wine now. So since I was ill last week, I just haven't felt like drinking. And this is good for me because it's been a bit of a detox. So I haven't drank properly now for 10 days.
Okay.
I think, no, just over a week. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, it's been a while. It's been a few days.
Well, you'll get
which
back
is
on
good
it.
for me. Well, here's the thing, right? So I've been enjoying having a detox and having a clear head and a bit more energy, blah, blah, blah. And I thought I'll just keep rolling with this as long as I feel like I don't want to drink. However, I've started doing a thing on TikTok, right? And it's about like wine dupes and wines that people are getting excited about. So it could be in Aldi, it could be in Tesco, whatever. And I did it actually as part of my kind of, right, I'm getting ready for autumn, winter. Let's get a nice bottle of red wine and have it one evening. And that's how it started. Anyway, I've tried to do I've done some wine ones, but I've also done some like just different ones about random stuff you're heating and whatnot. And I don't know, candles in home sense.
No one cares.
Those videos don't do very well, okay? They really don't. However, whenever I put a wine one on, if I go and buy a bottle of wine in Aldi, it goes wild.
Well, I hadn't realised you'd posted. I've missed a few of them. So when I went on the other day, I was like, oh, bloody hell. So I liked them. And then I watched the very last one you've done. And it looks like you're drunk when you're in there.
Doesn't it? My filming is all over the place.
Yeah, and then you couldn't say... Oh, there was a word.
Reprobate.
Yes.
I can say it now.
I was like, let's go into Aldi.
I honestly think that everyone on TikTok thinks I'm a real lush. Like
but someone said you are the wine dupe queen, and I think you need to change your name
to that.
Wine dupe queen.
Okay, but the trouble is, right, that's all well and good. But the thing is, I now have to buy wine a lot to do it on TikTok.
It'll get sent to you soon.
Okay, actually, that's a good point. But I have to drink it, mate. So the other night, I I didn't even want a drink. I literally thought, I do not want to drink this evening. But for my TikTok, I had to sample it. So I had a tiny sip and I thought, I don't even want this. I had to, for the fans.
Why don't you? I mean, look, listen, TikTok is one of those, it's a machine, right? And, you don't particularly you could look like you're drinking it, but you don't need to drink it.
But then am I not being authentic? And then am I lying? Am I lying to the TikTok massive?
You are pointing people into the direction of a wine dupe, which everybody wants, right? Yeah. But when you're like, that could just be...
I suppose one sip's okay, isn't it? One sip.
But I don't think this is a problem, Becky. I think this is going to suit you down to the ground, and I can't believe we haven't thought this earlier.
Mate, the wine life chose me. No. I didn't choose it, okay? I don't even want to drink at the moment, but I'm being forced to drink by TikTok, okay?
You're going to have crates sent to your house soon.
That's what I'm aiming for. Well, I've started following some other wine people, right, on TikTok who go and do wine things. Now, they're a lot more experienced than me because I don't...
Well, you know a wine connoisseur. Go and learn a few bits.
Could do, actually, couldn't I? Yeah. Well, they're blokes, the two that I follow, very good at what they do. They're a lot more serious than me and they have a lot more knowledge. So they kind of, sniff and swill and all that sort of stuff and describe the wine. I'm just talking about it in normal layman's terms.
That's why you're doing so well.
This is what people like, I guess. Anyway, I've noticed they've started following me to see what I'm up to. The wine experts are following me.
Look at this kidder. Look at her.
Look at this absolute cowboy.
This stupid woman in a bath drinking red wine.
But can you imagine if they see me putting Ribena in my glass and go, oh, yes, delicious, guys. They'll be like... calling me out, they'll be like, it's Ribena. Any wine expert would know it's not really wine. That's Ribena.
I think you'll get a little DM soon. You want to collab? The men?
The men.
The men.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's wait for it.
But don't you collab too soon, mate? You stay on your own TikTok path, right?
I'll stay on my own. Wine drunkard lush path.
We should do an episode maybe next week on TikTok because I had an interesting phone call yesterday with a social media person. And I hung up and I almost wanted to cry because it is, yeah. Well, I haven't even told you about this.
Okay, so we need to do a podcast episode on TikTok.
On TikTok and like what I'm learning and the messages I get. And oh my God. Yeah.
We'll get to Greg's and you can tell me.
Right.
Also, Ferals, I feel like you've got a lot from us today. I feel like there's been a lot of things we've discussed with you that the normos won't get to hear.
Half an hour out of us today, guys.
Oh, what a treat.
We've got Christmas news next week. Have a lovely weekend.
Yes. Bye.